All right, let's dive into this concept of the law of attraction. And we're going to be looking at some insights from Bob Proctor, just with like a flip chart and his wisdom.
Yeah, I really like that he keeps it so simple. You can really see how powerful the concept is when it's stripped back like that.
So he starts off by comparing the law of attraction to something we all know, gravity. Gravity's constant. It's always working. Well, he says the law of attraction is the same, always in play, whether we realize it or not.
It's kind of wild when you think about it that way. Like we're always attracting stuff into our lives, even if we're not really paying attention.
Exactly. And to show that, he uses a simple visual, a circle that represents the mind. And inside is a smaller circle for the body. And he reminds us that our bodies are like vibrating energy, always in motion.
And this is where it gets really interesting. He points out that energy doesn't just go away when we die. The body keeps vibrating, changing, transforming. Really makes you think about the nature of energy, doesn't it?
For sure. Then he goes deeper into the mind, talking about the conscious and subconscious, separated by an imaginary line. And this is where he brings up the idea of a paradigm. It's like your personal blueprint, made up of all the experiences and beliefs you've picked up since you were a baby.
It's like a filter that colors how you see things and how you make choices. And the subconscious is where that paradigm lives.
No.
Super powerful because it's been absorbing information your whole life. It's like creating this roadmap for your reality.
So how do we, tap into that? Bob Proctor says that our thoughts create a specific vibration, and that vibration attracts similar experiences. It's like tuning into a radio station. You can only hear what you're dialed into.
I love that analogy. Makes the idea of vibration much easier to understand. But, and this is key, it's not enough to just think positive thoughts. According to Bob Proctor, to really change our reality, we have to shift our whole paradigm.
So it's not about just putting on a happy face.
Nope. You got to go deeper, reevaluate those core beliefs that make up your paradigm. Because if your deep down beliefs are fighting against what you want, you're going to have a tough time.
Right, I get it. So how do we even begin to change something as ingrained as our paradigm?
Well, Bob Proctor is a great example that it's possible. He shares how he went from making $4,000 a year to $175,000 just in 1 year, all by using these principles. Pretty powerful testament to the law of attraction, right?
Definitely. And he really emphasizes aligning our paradigm with the frequencies of what we want. Wealth, happiness, health. We need to become a vibrational match for our goals.
Think of it like puzzle pieces. If your vibration doesn't match the vibration of what you want, they just won't fit together.
That makes a lot of sense. But rewiring our entire belief system, that sounds like a lot.
Oh, it takes effort, for sure. But remember, even small changes in your paradigm can have a big impact. Think about this. Our bodies are radiating energy. You can actually see it with infrared cameras.
Yeah.
And get this, our feelings are like an internal gauge of that energy, of our vibration.
Wait, so you're saying our feelings are like a readout of our vibration?
Exactly. Negative feelings, that's a sign you're vibrating at a low frequency. But positive feelings, especially gratitude, can shift us to a higher, more positive vibration.
That's amazing. So if we become more aware of our feelings, we can be more aware of our vibrational state.
Exactly. And that's what we'll be talking about next time, how we can recognize and shift our vibration to create the reality we want.
Okay, so last time we were talking about how our feelings can be like a compass, pointing us toward or away from what we want,
Yeah.
tuning into our vibration.
Right. And when we learn to shift our vibration through things like gratitude, that's when things really start to change.
I like that, shifting our vibration. But honestly, changing our whole paradigm, that can feel pretty overwhelming. Where do we even start?
A lot of people ask that. And Bob Proctor, he's pretty upfront about it. Shifting your paradigm, it can be uncomfortable. It means challenging those deep-seated beliefs, getting outside your comfort zone.
So it's not a quick fix, more like a process of transformation.
Exactly. Remember, your subconscious has been programmed over years. It takes time and effort to rewire it. And yeah, you got to be willing to be a little uncomfortable.
But, like Bob Proctor's story shows, the payoff can be huge. He went from struggling to thriving just by using the law of attraction.
Absolutely. And you don't have to change everything overnight. Even small shifts in your paradigm can make a difference. It's about taking action consistently, even if it's just one small step at a time.
Okay, that feels a lot more manageable, but I'm still curious. How does this actually work in real life? Can you give us some examples of how our paradigm affects our experiences?
Sure. Imagine someone who believes deep down that they aren't worthy of success. No matter how hard they try, their subconscious will sabotage them.
Why?
because it's not aligned with the frequency of success.
So even if they're consciously trying to attract success, their underlying belief is holding them back.
Exactly. That paradigm's like a filter, blocking anything that goes against that core belief.
That makes me wonder about the opposite. If someone has a paradigm aligned with abundance, maybe they just attract opportunities without even trying.
Right. Their beliefs and thoughts are in harmony with abundance, so they become a magnet for it.
It's like they're operating on a different level.
Exactly.
I-
And that's why understanding and working with your paradigm is so important. If you want to change your reality, you have to shift your beliefs, align yourself with the frequency of what you want.
This is really starting to make sense. But some people might be thinking, is there any science behind this? Is the law of attraction just a feel-good idea, or is there more to it?
Great question. And while the law of attraction isn't a scientific law exactly, there's more and more research in fields like quantum physics and neuroscience that supports the idea that our thoughts and beliefs can influence our reality.
I've heard a little bit about how quantum physics suggests that consciousness can actually shape the physical world.
Yeah. And neuroscience studies have shown that our thoughts and emotions have a direct impact on our brain chemistry, even our genes.
So we might not understand all the details, but there's evidence that our minds have real power.
Absolutely. And it's important to remember the law of attraction isn't about wishing things into existence. It's about aligning your thoughts, your beliefs, and your actions with what you want.
Becoming a vibrational match for your desires. That's powerful stuff.
It is. And it takes conscious effort, self-awareness, willingness to step outside your comfort zone. It might not always be easy, but the potential for transformation is huge.
So we've covered a lot. Our paradigm is a blueprint, our thoughts and beliefs creating vibration, and how our feelings can guide us. But the big question is, how do we use this to make positive changes in our lives? That's what we'll talk about next time, right?
Absolutely. We'll dive into some specific techniques and practices, things you can start using today to shift your paradigm and align yourself with the life you want.
Okay, so we've talked about the law of attraction and how our paradigm shapes our reality and the power of our thoughts and feelings. But how do we actually use this stuff, to make positive changes?
That's the big question, and there are tons of techniques out there, but it all comes down to awareness. You got to become aware of your thoughts, beliefs, and especially your feelings. Those feelings are your compass, showing you your current vibration.
So if I'm feeling like down or negative, does that mean I'm out of sync with what I really want?
Exactly. Negative emotions, things like fear, doubt, resentment, those are red flags. They're telling you that you're vibrating at a lower frequency. And remember, like attracts like. So those feelings will probably attract more of the same.
Okay, I see. So how do we actually shift our vibration to a more positive one?
Lots of ways. But one of the simplest and most powerful is gratitude. When you focus on what you're grateful for, it's like flipping a switch. It instantly lifts your mood, changes your perspective, raises your vibration.
Yeah, I like that. Like changing the channel to a station that's playing uplifting music instead of one that's just doom and gloom.
Exactly. And the cool thing about gratitude is that it creates this positive feedback loop. The more gratitude you cultivate, the more things you notice to be grateful for, which just keeps raising your vibration.
This is so cool. It's like we can actually help shape our own reality just by becoming aware of our thoughts and feelings and changing them.
That's it. The law of attraction isn't about sitting back and waiting for good things to happen. It's about actively aligning your energy with what you want, becoming a magnet for your dreams.
But what about when things are tough? When life throws you a curveball, can the law of attraction help then?
Definitely. It's even more important during these times. When you're struggling, it's easy to get stuck in negativity, which just attracts more negativity. But if you choose to focus on gratitude, on hope, on solutions, you can shift your vibration and start attracting better outcomes.
So it's about like training our minds to expect good things, even when things are hard.
Exactly. And the more you do it, the stronger that positive programming gets, like building mental muscles, making you more resilient.
This has been such an amazing deep dive. I feel like I have a whole new understanding of how my thoughts and beliefs shape my reality. And even more importantly, how I can use the law of attraction to create the life I want.
That's great to hear. And remember, this is just the start. Keep exploring, keep experimenting, and most importantly, keep believing in your power to create positive change.
Well said. And all our listeners, will leave you with this. What area of your life feels most out of sync with your desires? Think about how your paradigm might be influencing your reality. Until next time, keep those positive vibes flowing.